It's St. Andrew's Day, the feast of St. Andrews, St. Andrew, one of the apostles, who was a fisherman. He and his brother Simon Peter were both fishermen, and they were fishing when Jesus walked by them and called to them and said, "Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men, fish for people." And so they immediately dropped their nets and followed Jesus. The gospel tells us also that James and John were also fishermen who did the same thing, responded to Jesus' call to follow him. They immediately left their father and their boats and their nets and their work, and they took up new work following Jesus and proclaiming his kingdom and the work that he was doing to usher in the kingdom of God. So on this St. Andrew's Day, let's open the door in our Living Advent calendar and see what we can add to the calendar. We'll just go through the door here. Here we are inside the tower again, and we'll walk into our Advent calendar, which, as you can see, is still in place. But I want to add something to the Advent calendar. So if you'll just be patient with me for a minute while I put my camera here. Of course, it's really my phone. Every camera is really our phone. If you'll be patient, there we are. That is the calendar. And there's a symbol that I thought might be appropriate to share with you today. Let me see if I can draw that symbol for you today. It's a symbol that makes me think of fishermen, and it's an ancient Christian symbol. Maybe you've seen it before. Well, first we should recognize that we've gone through the 29th, and today is the 30th of November, the Feast of St. Andrew. So we've gone through those days. And on this Feast of St. Andrew, I want to remember this simple symbol with you. It's just this. Perhaps you've seen it before. Does that symbol look familiar to you? It's the symbol of a fish. Sometimes with closed its tail, like this. Ancient Christians used this symbol of the fish to remind themselves that following Jesus was like following those first apostles who were fishermen. There were other complicated explanations about the use of this symbol, but sometimes Christians are thought to have used it to point in the direction of where other Christians might be meeting. And that's why I've drawn this fish pointing to the east, pointing toward the high altar here at St. Mark's. The fish is a simple symbol that reminds us of Jesus' work of salvation in the world, and that we should try to follow Jesus, to walk with him in the direction that Jesus is calling us. And today, on the Feast of St. Andrew, who Jesus said he would make a fisher of men, he'd make him to fish for people, we give thanks for this sign as a reminder to follow Jesus and to walk with him.